video we're going to talk about setting up your internal recruitment organisation. By that I mean the recruiters and employees that work for your recruitment business as against your contractors and candidates that you'll be managing, delivering services to various customers. So here you can see we've got Wises Community Care, and in this example we've got 5 employees that work for Community Care. You'll notice we've got the concept of a role, but I'm going to talk about roles in a subsequent video, because the first thing we're going to talk about is creating your organisation. The organisation is important because we can use that to determine your reporting relationships. In a small recruitment business it might not be that important, but in a larger recruitment business it could very well be important. So you can see here that, for example, John Button is the sales manager, and John Button has got 3 direct recruits, all recruiters reporting to him. John himself could be reporting to somebody else, but in this case John is at level 1 and we have 3 recruiters at level 3. You notice here too that if I sort of drill down on here, we can see that Edward Poole is reporting to Jane. Why that's important is because when Jane logs into the Recruit Complete system, then Jane will actually be able to act on Edward Poole's master file. Jane will be able to view and update Edward Poole's details. Jane will be able to send conversations directly to her staff. The organisational structure level is what we sometimes call an access control level. In other words, what access does Jane have to other employees within the business, and that's determined by the org structure. So here you can see Glynis wouldn't be able to see anybody in the org structure menu because simply nobody is reporting to her. So let's go and talk about how we set that up. So what we do when we set up our organisation is we set up a combination of work sites and positions, because you could have 10 sales managers in your business but all working at different work sites. Each of those sales managers may be having different people that report to them. So we do that through what we call a worksite and a position structure. Now, to best describe that, let's go and set up a brand new organisation as if it's a brand new solution and we haven't done that before. So what I'm going to do now is I'm logging into a now completely empty solution. We log in here, and the first thing we want to do is define our worksite. So we access our settings menu, we come to worksite. Now when we add a worksite, it's really think about it as a location. So this might be, imagine that this is our head office, right? Office, and the head office is in Brisbane. So then we can give it address, 12 Main Street, Australia. Now this detail is really not that important. It's not as important as when you're creating work sites for your customers, because payroll tax becomes the issue, and that's why the state is really critical. But you can maintain it if you want to, you don't need to. So here we are, we have a work site. Now it could very well be you've got a head office in Brisbane and you've got other locations that your business operates in. Simply create a new work site for that. Now that we've got our head office Brisbane worksite, then we need to define the positions that we employ in that office. So we click on our position, we go to positions, and we now add our position. So what we're going to do is we need a sales manager, we need an administration officer, manager say, be good if I could spell correctly. We've got recruiters, and we've got sourcing agents. So we now have got our organisational structure. We've set up our organisation because we've set up our work sites, and we've set up our positions, and we're ready to go in this case a simple work site with one location, our head office in Brisbane, and we've got 4 potential positions that we will be filling and allocating employees to. In the next video I'm going to discuss creating your org structure, which is the reporting relationships. Thank you.